In this video, we are going to continue by learning about some of the foundations type and creating these types in our project. So the first is isolated foundation or isolated footing. How we can create this foundation, isolated foundation? By just going to a structure tab, we are going to find isolated in the foundation category. For creating, we need to go here. But first, let's see what is isolated foundation. Isolated foundation, I'm gonna open a picture so we can know more about this. Isolated foundation is this square. As you see, this is the isolated foundation, this square, which is located in the position of each columns. And as you see, this is a very detailable picture because we can see some of our even nail and the aluminum panel, which are columns supposed to be located here. So the isolated foundation, it's about this square concrete box, and we are going to create it very easily by just going to the Revit, and we are going to a structure tab and level S1 because it's a structure type, so we need to go to the structure level. We are going to isolated foundation. It says no structure foundation family is located in the project. Would you like to load one? We will say yes. We are going to the folder, our main library. For example, I'm gonna go to my driver Z, Revit, and I'm gonna use for example, I can use RVT 2017 or I can use 2021. I'm okay with that because it's mostly the same. Libraries, US metric. After that, I'm gonna go to the structure foundation. Here we can find structure foundations. By going to this folder, we can see different type of them, which we are going to use this type right now. We are going to click open. Revit going to load it and prepare it. So for finding our foundation, we didn't need to go to the insert tab and load family. We just went to a structure tab for isolated foundation, and automatically we load our family. Mostly we can do that. Even here we have a load family, because if you go to the, for example, insert load family, load your foundation, isolated foundation from that way, most of the time Revit is not going to be smart anymore. It's not going to bring your isolated foundation in a right category, because Revit says that I already have my load family in isolated tab. You can just go there and load my category in a right place. So we will say yes. We are going here, we are going to edit type, duplicated my isolated foundation. That's enough, I think, because it's just a one-time use. And after that, we are going to change the size as our wish. For example, I think we use a 60 centimeter as I remember. And after that, I'm gonna click OK. Here we also going to have a structure material, and we are going to change it later if we need. So let me see if the size is right. We need to change it to 1 meter. That's right. And after that, we need to, for example, draw it, draft it one by one, or even we can use add grid. We don't have any more setting to set up here. Why? Because everything looks right now. We even have level S1, which is right. So we just go to change high offset from level. because our building path is 1 meter down. If we don't add 1 meter down here, for example -1 meter, if we don't do it, our foundation is going to be located in the level S1. We could create one level in our, for example, foundation path, or we can just go here and create offset from level 1 meter. So it's better, I'm gonna create one level for that, but for now we can use this option because I'm gonna show you how the offset is also work. We are going to click on at grid, choosing all of our grid in a second, but we need to select it from this way and finish. So let's check it out in 3D view. So it seems actually we didn't need to even bring it 1 meter down because the base of the object was already 1 meter down. So we are just going to click on that, and after clicking we can change the high offset here. But if you want to do this operation for all of your foundation, you just click right, and here you are going to have two options: selected all instance, visible in view, or in entire project. Currently we can use both of them because we just have this type and this category in an entire project. So we are just going to give a 0, and here we go. Everything is set up, they are in our building path, and our columns are located there. So far this is about isolated foundation. The next step, we are going to create combined footing or combined footing foundation. For creating combined footing foundation, what's that? As you see, we are going to have these lines which is also full of column concrete. So we will call these lines which is full of concrete combined footing foundation. And we are in a, for example, real project, we are going to cover it with the bricks. But for now we don't need to use this design because we are not going to work so much on a structure detail. Later on in a structure semester we are going to have more items, but now we are just going to create our combined footing foundation. Before going to create your combined footing foundation, as you see here, you are going to have this earth, or for example this sand here too. We need and this sand is the part of your land. So since we did our building path 1 meter down, we need to create this for example sand locations in the middle of our isolated foundation too, because we cannot, for example, full all of our building path with the concrete. It's going to cost a lot, and it's not energy efficiency. It's not like it's not the right things as usual. So we are going to use for example a combined footing foundation or a strip foundation. Now let's go first to fix our building path by clicking your building path and edit boundary. We will go to the, let's go for example any level, it's fine. We need to go here, choose rectangle, and choose the offset. For how much we need to we don't need to choose the offset even. We just go and create our rectangle from our foundation isolated endpoint to each other like this. We are going to create our foundation like this, and we can even copy paste it, because as you see here it's a 6 meter, but here it's 6.3. so when you create your 6 meter, you can just use copy paste option here and choose your multiple. Then we are going to copy paste our building path in a right situation. Then we are going to click all of them. We are going to check the measurement. It seems we need to create a new one because here it's 6 meter, here is 6.3. So we are going to rectangle, and here I have so many details. Actually, I prefer to choose shaded, and then I can see better. Then I'm gonna copy this CO, and here if it's not the array, sometimes it's not on, but now we can just use the copy, or let's see, yes, so we are just going to use copy, and after that we are going to click all of them. Probably one more. We will see our grid. Yes, it's fine. Then we need to change the position of this also, because it's a 6.3 by 6.3, but we need to create 6.3 by 6. So we will go to the rectangle again. We are going to create one, and we are going to copy paste it to the different position as we are supposed to, and here we go. Then we are going to click OK and 3D view. So after we are going to draw that those rectangular for our building path, our project will be something like this. We can see our isolated foundation is located here, our building path is right, and we have this our path, like our topography, in a right position as we have in the picture too. So everything looks fine, and I had one unfortunate, which the Revit gave me the error, and I didn't save my project by the last steps. I needed to draft some of the items by myself to get here. The next step we are going to work on, it's about how to create and how to draft our combined footing foundation, which I already show you in the picture, this concrete line. It's actually very easy process, and we are going to use one trick here. We go first to the level S1, and after that we are going to structure, and we are going to add one beam. We are going to find our beam here. We are going to add one beam, load family. After that we are going to find a structure, framing, and we are going to choose the concrete, this concrete framing. Then we are going to open our concrete framing, and we are going to duplicate it, rename it my combined foundation. So we are going to click OK, and here we are going to put this measurement by 0.6. So yes, that's it. We are just going to change our dimension, click OK, and it's already with the material of concrete. The next step is to create our foundation, because it's supposed to be our combined foundation, so it's supposed to be in the floor. It's a very easy process actually, because we are going to choose our placement plane level S1, and we are going to use on grid. Let's do this process and click OK. Now it's time to check it, and as you see, we created our footing foundation in a right position. Revit already create a right position for that, and we are just going to click and create it. This is our, let me hide my cat file. This is our project with a combined foundation which we can have, and it's a very good setting, and everything is all right. We can then go work a step more. The next foundation which we are going to work, it's a strip foundation, and also a strip foundation is a very easy process too. We are just going to change, we need to delete this foundation which we created, select all instance, entire project, and also we don't need our isolated foundation, so we are just going to delete them. And the next step is to just so for creating a strip foundation, um, we can use a slab in our foundation. So we just need to go to the level S1, and then we need to choose a slab structure, foundation slab. After that, it's a very easy process because we already have our own path. First, we need to create one rectangle here, and after that we need to create a rectangle in this path. Let's try by pick line if we can use the tab. Yes, we can use a tab, and after that we can just use a copy paste option and create our slab foundation. And then we are going to copy paste here in the place of our topography. But here, as you know, we have a different dimension. We need to change it. So we need to pick these lines and we need to bring them up, so it's going to cover it in an alright situation. Then we can go here to create this rectangle and this rectangle. Then we are going to copy paste this. Editation in most of the softwares, as I mentioned, it's about how you practice, how you're smart, then you can create it in the fastest way and more time efficiently. Then we created our slab and click OK. We are going to see in the 3D. So this is our strip foundation. Instead of having a combined foundation, we are going to have a strip foundation for our project. And the material is also concrete. Let's try to check it. A structure. Here is a concrete, yes, but we don't have a pattern, cut pattern, foreground, and we can use the color appearance, and we can change, for example, pattern here, concrete pattern by its here, and we can just adapt this pattern and then click OK, and we are going to have our foundation ready too. Also our column, we are going to check them. Actually one of them is enough. We are going to check it in the structure to check the material. The structure material is in properties, so we are going to check. We can click on render appearance. Everything is alright and okay. So far this is our columns and this is our foundation. In the next video we are going to work for creating our beam, guider beam and joist beam system. and copy paste them in our levels.